About 4 years ago, I put in a school development bid with the local authority, and I decided to write something around the whole school reading strategy, and Lexia was part of that kind of toolkit. We started with 60 licenses, and we liked it so much that in the second year of the strategy, we then purchased 120 licenses, and then we now have 3 trust schools who have Lexia. And that started with us at Compton, and that's great. Because it's an adaptive programme and it's bespoke to the needs of that particular student, I think that's a big sell for us in terms of making sure that the students are getting the correct level of instruction, making sure that they're closing the specific gaps that they have in all areas of reading. I think another part of it is the gamification.
They have been really competitive with keeping up streaks. It's a real treat for them to be able to compete with their friends and get a high score.
Lexia forms quite an integral part of our Year 6 transition. In the summer term, we invite usually around 50 students who will make up our new Year 7 cohort. We invite them and their parents into school for an afternoon, because what we want them to do, we don't want the summer slide. We use Lexia to make sure that there's no gaps before they even start. We start some really ambitious projects in terms of, who can do the most minutes over the summer holidays, and they just love it. They go wild for it.
Right.
Last year we created a Lexia Lead position, and so that person is kind of the head of Lexia. We have a breakfast club that runs before school. The turnout's been very positive. They come, they have a biscuit, they can do half an hour of Lexia before school, and they've already done 30 minutes of their time. So once a week the children come out of one of their personal development times, and then they're with Deeya in the computer room, completing their Lexia for another 30 minutes.
They're really positive about it. They look forward to coming to Breakfast Club. They are really motivated to do well. During Breakfast Clubs and PDT, the middle of the day sessions, whoever gets the highest 2 streaks, I give them chocolates and postcards, so that also helps with their motivation.
For me, it's a safety net. It catches everybody. So I know that whatever intervention is happening, I know that they're also getting this additional layer of support. I can clearly see a correlation between a child's engagement with Lexia in terms of minutes and units completed and their average time, and their reading progress over a year. There are several case studies that we had within our school, particularly disadvantaged students of, one student making nearly 4 years progress in her reading age. Often, the weakest readers who have really bought into that is accessible, and so for the first time, potentially across all of primary school and into secondary school, they're really successful at something that they haven't been successful at before, and that's incredibly motivating. I think you have those sparks of that intrinsic motivation starting there.
Just having those students pass me on the corridor, or when I see them in assembly, or even in the playground, when they see me, they all say, "Hi miss, can we do Lexia today?" And even if it's not our Lexia day, I'm just so impressed by their continuous motivation that they want to do it outside of school.
Yes, we have our rewards pyramid is how we structure it. So you kind of have the weekly rewards, which is, biscuits for everyone when you're logged in with your headphones. If you do over 90 minutes, you get a chocolate. That's how it works. It's very easy to win prizes in Lexia. But we had a grammar challenge that we set over the half term. A person who completed the most units, not minutes, of grammar, they would win a £20 Amazon voucher. We saw a massive uplift in the amount of children doing the grammar units, which, it's win-win. That was then given out in assembly. So we have those kind of termly prizes. If you graduate from Lexia, you automatically go on a celebration trip, and we take them. Last year we took them to the cinema. They got to come out of school for an afternoon. We walked them to the cinema, we gave them popcorn, they watched the film. It's a really lovely way to end the year, and a very positive way to celebrate their hard work and effort, persisting with something and carrying it on. I think it's really powerful. I think it's that extrinsic motivation at the beginning to get people to buy in, but then I think they start to see the benefits for themselves, and I think the praise and positioning themselves as a better reader, I think that's the powerful thing. Reading is the key to our curriculum, and it is very high on the agenda. I report Lexia data to governors. I think Deeya is really good at communicating, particularly some of those critical students, with SLT, so that we know, right, who are the top 5 achievers this week.
In the Lexia sessions, I have it open on a computer so I can see minutes and units they've done, and I sort it obviously from highest to lowest so that I can see who's done the most in the last week. I will, congratulate them there and then in the session. If students are not engaging, also, it's helpful to see who's sort of at the bottom of the list, and then I know who to target, who to speak to. That's the important data that I need to see to start the conversations.
But then the skills status report is really helpful for me in terms of measuring impact. I mean, I have it open on my phone. If I'm talking to young people around school, I pull up their name, I have a look at how many minutes they've done that week, I really congratulate them. So it's really, I think it's a very user-friendly portal, quite easy to navigate your way around.
They absolutely love it. They associate the sessions with so much positivity and warmth, and they look forward to coming. I've had a few students as well ask me if they can join Lexia just because they've heard from their friends about the positive impact of it. But obviously that means that it's having a positive impact on their motivation. It's seen as a group of people who want to succeed and do really well.